Girl, you done made me sit up now.
Speechless? Why you speechless?
I just say because it's like I'm like with a celebrity couple right now. Like,
Oh my God.
Hey, everyone. Hey. I am going to get started. I am just doing a few more things. And we are going to get the show on the road. Please make sure, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, the links are in the comments. Also, this will be a open panel and discussion, so feel free to hop on and share your perspective. If you would like, I have my water, I have my notebook, and I have my pen. I do have a couple of podcasts and panels that I want to listen to tonight, so I'm going to try not to make this long. And so welcome to Fire Talk episode 7. Welcome to Fire Talk episode 7. My mother is not on with me right now. If she is woke or something, she wants to join, she knows how to get on. Otherwise, that's still the co-host. She's just not on here today, unless she wants to be on here today. And so let me get started. Okay. So I wanted to talk about the rebellious Black woman and how it is having an effect on the home, the family, and the household. I found this to be very important, as we know our children are the future and our new nation, basically. So, they say children are the future. Well, they are the future. And their childhood is been their childhood and how they're raised has a strong effect on how they are as an adult, their morals, their standards, their beliefs. And so I feel like this is a very important topic. So I just want to touch bases. First of all, you guys, if you're on here, most likely you're on my Facebook as well. And let me turn this straight. Most likely you're on my Facebook as well. And so you have a lot of insight on what my Facebook posts look like, as I have been told that they're very male centered, very pro men, don't really uplift black women. Um, and it got to the point where it was even said that if a young girl was reading my post, she would think that she was trash. And so before I go into like some important messages and things I wanted to talk about, I said one thing I shared a post a while ago about sisterhood and being accountable. Make sure you guys say hey when you come in. Make sure you also share this live and subscribe to my YouTube. Yeah, those likes and shares is what helps the most. And so and interaction and engagement. And so I always respect everyone's opinion. It doesn't matter how many times I have felt disrespected. You know, I never, disrespect anyone or get out of character. And that's just me and who I am. And so, however, being told that my posts and that young girl reading my posts, could possibly feel like they were trash was like a lot. I was like, OMG. And me, oh, that's what I was saying. Talking about sisterhood, I think sisterhood doesn't always look like us uplifting each other as, women or black women, whichever one you want to go by. It doesn't always look like that. Sometimes sisterhood looks like us holding each other accountable. Sometimes sisterhood looks like us talking about the things that we don't want to talk about, pointing out the wrongs, the rights, the pros, the cons, the advantages, the disadvantages. So sisterhood isn't always just about uplifting. However, uplifting is good, but that's not just what it looks like. And so, um, if I am doing something to where I just had to go reevaluate my own page and like, let me see, do my posts, would they make young girls feel like they are trash? Let me go ahead and take a look at my post. Now, you guys, if you have been my Facebook friend, you probably know that sometimes I don't share or post at all. And then sometimes I post, it's either no statuses or it's 100 statuses. That should just be the mood I be in. And so I said, let me go evaluate my own page and let me hold myself accountable. If this is what my post looks like, then this is what my post look like. And since I don't want to give that message, then go make sure and go look at your post. So I didn't even, I just went as far back as I felt like scrolling. I think that I went back maybe like a month. But I went back further than that. I just didn't screenshot all of them. But my page is open. A lot of my posts are public. And if they're not, then you're probably still my Facebook friend and you can go see them. And so first off, let me start with one of so I'm just go past a few of my posts and we're gonna talk about them real quick. Just a little brief discussion. And so let's start with this one. I shared this. It said most men are looking for a woman to bring him peace. He already has peace and enjoys time alone. He is looking for a woman who won't disturb his peace. When her presence enhances the peace he already has, she is a trophy. Now, when a woman finds a man that is not at peace at his own and he relies on her to bring him peace, that's problematic to say the least. The situation will lead to a man being overly dependent and the woman eventually will lose admiration for him. I said, agreed. I said 100. I didn't even, how can I scoot this over? Can I scoot this over? I don't know if you guys could still see me or not, but I didn't even say anything. I just shared what came across my timeline. Um, and actually, it was 6 days ago that I shared it, and he wrote it 6 days ago. So this post just popped up on my timeline, and I shared it. Is it putting women down? No. Is it pro man? Most likely. Is it uplifting women? Well, if you want to be a man's piece, and he's telling you, giving you some little advice, then it could be uplifting depending on how you perceive the message. But if you feel like you are going to go against this, then it's not going to be uplifting to you. So, no, so I'm going to go off three things. Is this downing women? No. Is this uplifting women? I believe so, but if you guys don't, that's fine. We could just put that one in the middle. Would this post make young girls think that they were trash? I definitely don't believe so. So let's go on to the next one. It says men are having sex. This is a recent one. Working, having babies. Some are actually parenting better than the moms. Men are the top percentage of millionaires, billionaires, and still have the ability. Can you guys let me know if you could see me while I'm reading this, or if you just see the screen? I just would like to know. Um, they are operating in their roles majority of the time, and I'm referring to the men that we actually want to date, not the Pookie and Ray Rays. Women are not nurturing the children. They're not feeding their families properly, or even being homemakers. We are not educating them, and we care more about how we look and have social media standards, but not real life ones. Women are evolving by getting degrees and trying to make more money than the men. Women are not even paying attention to men as much as they are paying attention to competing with other women. We both have work to do, but more men are in place and ready to lead. It's just that women don't want to follow unless he's going where they want to go and not need to go. Okay, so is that post putting down women? I would say that that post isn't speaking the best of women, which is why I put it, because I feel like that's an area we could improve on. And me wanting more successful relationships and marriages are advising women who are not doing these things that you cannot do this and receive a certain outcome, or these actions that you are causing, or these things that you are doing are not going to get you the results that you want. No, we can't see you. Okay. When I'm reading, you can't see me. Okay, cool. And so, is that uplifting women? I mean, if you're trying to find or trying to pursue a relationship, and maybe things haven't been working, maybe you're doing a few of those things by reading that maybe these are some things that you're not doing, then you can be like, okay, let me switch that around and utilize these things, or try incorporating these things, trying something different that I haven't tried before, and maybe I would get different results. So to me, that could be looked as uplifting women. It just doesn't look like you guys want it to look. Like, if a man said, I got this example from someone today. If a man told another man, or if a man put a post, men, we need to get in the gym. If y'all big, y'all need to lose weight. If you small, you need to lift weights and gain weight. We need to be strong. Men are not going to be like, why are you putting us down? Why aren't you uplifting us? But if I said, women, we need to get in the gym and lose weight, you guys are going to attack me. And like, why are you shaming? Why are you body shaming women? Like, what? Because I want us to be healthy? Am I body shaming? Am I saying that you need to lose weight just for fun? No, we need to be healthy. Don't we want to be our best selves? Don't we want to be healthy? Don't we want to live long lives? Well, that first starts with taking care of your diet. So if you need to lose weight, then you need to lose weight. But if I said that, to me, would that be uplifting? Mm, it's uplifting in a hardcore way. It's called that tough love, which does well for some people, and some people it doesn't. work for them because they just automatically, one, they look at the messenger. They don't like you, they don't like how you live, or don't like the things you say. They 9 times out of 10, they're gonna take everything else you say and they're not gonna even hear the message. They are just gonna listen to respond and not listen to understand, which is where we need to unlearn and relearn, because we have been taught a lot of things that's not so accurate. We take on a lot of things and do a lot of things, and a lot of our actions are based off what we see, but they're not right. So when we know better, we do better. And sometimes we need to unlearn and relearn. So while it might not be looked at as uplifting, it just depends on, how it affects you of hearing the message. Maybe you don't like tough love, so maybe that's where it would not be looked at uplifting to you. Maybe some people do well with tough love. I'm one of them. If you have not heard, because I've said it 50,000 times, I grew up listening to the minister Louis Farrakhan. He doesn't sugarcoat anything. He says it like it is, and it is what it is. Most Most people don't like correction. I try to give the positive first and then give constructive criticism. We are so sensitive these days. I definitely agree with you, Kia. And a long time ago, all the way when I was a preschool teacher, I was told when talking to parents or even with customers, you have to use the sandwich method. You have to say something good, put the criticism or something or whatever that person might need to work on in the middle, and then end it with something good. We have been catered to for so long, like the black woman and her feelings, we're always like, you can't open your mouth too much, or we're gonna feel attacked, or we're gonna feel like you body shaming us, or you're gonna feel like we're being put down. And it's just, we can not take criticism at all, at all, at all. Pamela Robinson says, true, thanks for tuning in. You're right. And so, do I think that post was uplifting women? Depending on your perspective, it could or it could not have. Do I think that it would make young women think that they were trash? No, not at all. Let's move on. Next. I shared this. This wasn't even my original post, but they said, message ladies, ain't nothing spiritual about showing off all your lady parts on social media. Once upon a time, a man had to prove himself worthy of seeing your body, sis. Now all he has to do is pick up his phone. Now he's probably going to send you a DM. But trust, DM should stand for don't marry in these cases, because he's just in lust. I shared it and said we will literally show our body on the internet. Lingerie clothes are being worn for club clothes and dinner attire. You guys cannot tell me that you don't see birthday pictures, birthday dinners, regular photo shoot pictures, and see a woman half dressed with her butt cheeks out, with her breast out, with next to nothing on. And you guys can't tell me that you don't see this multiple times throughout your timeline, from celebrities to people you know in real life to probably some of your family, and tell me that this isn't an issue. What are you going to say? What are you going to say? Are you going to say you have the freedom to dress the way you want to dress? If that's the case, then be prepared to be approached the way you are approached by men, by other women, by anybody at this point. Because law of attraction, law of cause and effect, you did that. Your actions caused that reaction that you got. Because if you were dressed differently, then you will not have received the unwanted attention or male gazes that you did not want. How did God put men here to be attracted to women, but when we got a bikini top on and leggings that show our print and our cleavage out, do we expect men not to look? Like, what? In the same sense, this is a free country and our eyes can roam anywhere. We'll say that as well. Like, if you're going to dress that way, then you have to be prepared, or not okay. You don't have to be okay with the results you get or the comments that people are making, but it is what it is. And so try something different and see if you get different results. And if you try something different and you get different results, then that must be a better option for you instead of showing off everything. Does that post put down women? If that post put down women, then the women who are dressing like this are putting down women too. For that reason, and if that post makes young girls think that they're trash, then the women wearing the stuff are kind of setting that example as well, or no? People want the delivery to be soft and sugar coated. And I totally agree with that. And sometimes that's how you have to approach certain people. There are certain people in my life that I have to approach like that. But that's where us and sisterhood and uplifting comes in. You know, sometimes it's not going to sound how you want it to sound. But if you know the person they're coming with pure love and their intentions are not bad, then sometimes you just got to take the message. It might hurt your feelings. If it hurts your feelings, then you probably feel like you fit the description and it's triggering some things. What I always say now, or always act on, or always do is if something makes me uncomfortable, I'm not talking about things that make me uncomfortable and that's not good for me, but something that's good for me. Like, I want to improve my vocabulary. I want to improve my conversation. I want to improve how I formulate my sentences, my overall speech that can use some improvement. Um, and the way that I do that is by getting on live, because once you push that button, once you're going, you just going. Nothing else really. Hey, it is what it is. It's either going to come out the way it's supposed to or it's not. However, this is practice for me, which makes me want to do it. When I'm uncomfortable, it makes me want to make a change or do better. So that is how I take things. Tough love will work well for me if I'm want to change some things. So sometimes if it triggers you, then maybe you just have some things that you need to work on. Chris Hawkins says facts. Thank you, sweetheart. Pamela Robinson says, yes, I was just telling Lisa about somebody that was dressed naked on social media, and all I could do was shake my head because I know this person. I know maybe she going through something, but I don't care what I'm going through. I'm not coming on social media naked. Sorry. Yeah, like, do we not understand? Like, I could never. Like, my brothers are on here, my cousins are on here, my dad, stepdad, grandma, like, how we are so okay with these things. Our children are on social media. Why is it now? If you want to have you a little sexy birthday dinner, birthday outfit, you want to go out in your little sexy attire, me, I'm still gonna say, like, just you could dress modest and sexy without showing everything. However, if you are, why do we gotta post everything to social media? Like, dang, for the world to see. A man don't have to wonder. He don't even have to pay for your OnlyFans anymore. He literally can go to your story or your Facebook page. I got into it with someone whose teenage daughter was dressed provocative, and she was mad because the daughter's dad said something about her outfit. I agree with the dad. Yes, and at this point we should be happy to have the dads around and actually speaking up. That's why the dad is needed in the house, for sure. Just embarrassing. Yes, we can't present ourselves that way. So do I think that post was putting down anybody? No. Do I think it was uplifting? It should. It should be uplifting to you. But if it's not, then you probably were triggered. Do it make young women think that they're trash? No, but the way you guys dress does. Moving on. We are doomed. If we think this is anything other than embarrassing, then I don't know what to say. It's nothing else to say about that. We have a woman, a black woman, whatever you want to call her, black, whatever race you want to call her, a woman running for president, And out of all people that you can bring to empower us, to uplift us, to give us a message or anything, you bring Meg the Stallion, who couldn't even find a better song performance. I mean, a better song to perform at the rally. She had no other options. This is something that's contributing to less relationships. Yes, Messiah? Okay, can you go out, please? This is something that's contributing to less relationships. And this is why love isn't, in relationships is very important. Now, when we were growing up, we had love songs. We had, like, some of them super love songs, like sex songs. I mean, they were, like yippee-yi-yo, wanna bump you. Like, they were explicit, but they made you want to be with someone. They made you want to be with a man. They made you want to be with a woman. They made you want to fall in love. They made you. We had artists. There is no balance now. Please tell me the top female rappers and singers and tell me, are they saying anything about love? Maybe we have India Ari, who is not in the top. Maybe we have Heather Headley, who's not in the top. Maybe we have a few more other people, but those are not the people being pushed in front of us. She could have chose somebody better than Megan Thee Stallion. She could have chose someone who has something positive for us and not just someone ratchet who has something like I'm a savage. And she actually performed that there. I'm a savage. What? Oh my God. Yes, you guys are savage for thinking that that was okay. Is this putting down women? I'm putting down women or not uplifting women because I'm saying we shouldn't be agreeing with this? No. Would this make young women think that they were trash? How? But her performing and shaking her ass wasn't. Like, be for real, guys. Be for real. Auntie Pam says LOL. Moving on. Moving on. This is a couple posts in a row. What does submission mean to you? I didn't tell you guys anything. I just asked. A few people answer. Is that putting down women? Maybe, because you guys think submitting is a bad thing. So I could see where you guys, could come up with some of this stuff because you don't know the proper meaning of words. You guys are trauma bond behind words, and when you hear certain words, they trigger you to respond the way that you do. Um, so the BBL era is supposedly coming to an end. We are trendy and really just follow trends. Is that a lie? No, that is so true. We follow every trend. We literally can see someone eating a spoonful of cinnamon and choking and coughing and like, oh, that looks fun. Let's try that. Like, we are trendy people and we follow all the trends. All the celebrities are going to be removing and reversing theirs because they got the money. And I think this is sad for the rest. What are the regular women are going to do? Well, I meant regular, speaking of myself, who don't. Yes? No, put it down and I need you to go out for a second, okay? If you listen, then maybe I'll let you have one, okay? But that means you got to go out. And so if you're offended by being called regular or saying that you're trendy, then that's not really my problem. And I'm not putting you down. I'm not uplifting you. And I don't see why a young girl reading that would think that they were trash by reading that. Moving on. 2 more in a row. I'm not trying to tell you what to think, just trying to make you think. Nothing wrong or uplifting, or I think that is uplifting. Sometimes you don't have to believe what the other person is saying, but just think, period. Sometimes we don't even be thinking anymore. Femininity does not equal weakness. There is power in femininity. If that doesn't uplift women, then I don't know what to tell you. If you consider that putting down women, then that's probably because you don't really admire or care to be feminine. Then that's not my problem. Would this make a young girl think that she's trash? I don't think so at all. Moving on to the next one. My numbers are in the way, so I can't really see. Man, we know men don't like it. We don't care. We do it because we have low self-esteem and like to compete with others. Is that putting you down? If you got low self-esteem, anybody has low self-esteem, then we're really putting ourselves down, because self-esteem is how we feel about ourselves. So, do I think that I'm putting someone down by saying that? No, I don't think so, because we know men don't like this. We do not get BBLs really anymore for the men. I guarantee you, the woman after she got a BBL did not go look for the man that was looking at her before the BBL. Like, it doesn't matter. And like to compete with each other. Yes, I do believe that we do this to compete with each other. I do, because men tell us all day they don't like this. Like I said, when do you ever hear a man say like, "Ooh, look at her eyelashes. Ooh, look at her makeup." And then we say that we're doing it for ourselves, but yet we'll still go post a picture, put it on social media, because we're not really doing it for ourselves. Otherwise, we was doing it for ourselves, we would be able to do it and just be able to sit in the house, not go anywhere, not take any pictures, and enjoy it ourselves. If men are the leaders, then is it on them for the decrease in relationship that has nothing to do with women? It's not uplifting women, it's not putting down women or anything like that. Agree or disagree? Women have rules for the men they do like and break all the rules for the men they don't like. That is true. And I just asked if you agree or disagree. I didn't even say how I felt about it. I believe the purpose of a wife is to do anything to make her husband's life easier. That's what I believe. That's what I see that works. I really don't or have not read the Bible like that, but many scriptures, as I've seen people post, the woman is put here to be a helpmate for her husband. So, yes. And can y'all tell me what is the problem with wanting to make your husband life easier? Like, why is that such a bad thing? Like, why aren't you inspired to do that? Why doesn't that make you feel like, yes, anytime I can make Chris' life easier, it makes me feel so good. I don't be like, man, what I gotta do all this stuff? I gotta do this, I gotta do that, no, like what? What? Um, Kieta says, so true. American Negro News says, I'm here, Seta. Hey, American Negro News, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining. So no, I definitely don't, oh, going on from the post. I definitely don't think that, making your life easier should be looked at as if I'm putting women down. Is it uplifting women? I mean, if you want to be a wife, then it could be uplifting. I don't know. You tell me. Would you want a house husband or to be a house husband? Why or why not? It has nothing to do with women. That's probably, it's just, we're going to move on from there. You keep running into problems, negative energy, or no good men or no good women, then you have to look at why you are attracting this. Your energy can be nasty and negative, and that's why the same bad experiences keep occurring. Projecting your feelings and experiences on others and expecting them to feel the same is not ideal. That is not putting down anyone. And I even mentioned men and women. You are going to attract what you get. Will little girls look at this post and think that they're trash? Absolutely not. But because I was told that if you're going to put something, then you should put all the content and not just some of the content, then let me tell you guys what exactly was said, if you haven't seen by now. Mind you, I was told that maybe if you stop voicing your opinions and just put straight facts, then maybe people, if you don't want to get the response you get, maybe they might respond a little different. So here I go posting straight statistics, which I can't find, but Anyway, straight statistics that say 69% of divorces are initiated by women. Studies reveal that divorce rate rises 50% when a woman earns more than a husband. That's just straight statistics that I got for Google. So why are you guys coming to me about my personal life and what I have going on? Enough to tell me, enough to say, incorrect. I don't say negative things about men. I say a relationship is teamwork. I say a man shouldn't be more praised than a woman as if she is less than. So because someone praises a man, then that equates to a woman being less than. No, it doesn't. That's not the same. Just because you're praising someone don't mean that you're saying the opposite is bad. You make it seem like women are less than and men are God's gift to man. I do believe that black men and black women are God. We were made in the image of God, and I believe that we all are great. We all have flaws and things that we need to work on, but if we're being the best we can be, I believe that God made us in his image and he made us to be the best that we can be. And so if I look at someone like God or look at myself like God, that shouldn't be a problem when God made us in the image of himself. He wants us to think highly about ourselves. So if you have a problem with someone making a man seem like they're God and they still got a relationship and love God, I don't understand what the problem is. Like, why is that a problem? Obviously, I've been with a man for 19 years, and so actually, I said to this person that maybe you haven't had good examples of men around you, or maybe you haven't had good experiences with men. And somehow that meant that I said that she hated and disliked men. We have to not read to we have to read to understand and not just read to respond. You just trying to quickly respond to me. I never said you hate. Hate is a strong word. I never said you hated men. I said maybe you haven't had good experiences with men. That doesn't mean you hate men. That don't mean you dislike men. Both genders have their flaws in different aspects of life. That doesn't make one better than the other. Like if little girls read your post, they would think they are trash and men are God, and that's not okay. It's not okay what you said because I just analyzed a few of my posts and that's not the message that I get. And if it is the message that you get, I just don't really know what else to say about that. At this point it is what it is. I've had wonderful men in my life as role models, and even they will tell you the opposite about the male gender when it comes to their mindset in life. But you are mistaken because I never said I dislike men. So you're telling me I'm mistaken because you never said you dislike men or hate them, but you're mistaken because I never said you dislike men or hate them. So are you projecting your own feelings and are they just coming out loud? Because I didn't say that. I got my system with my man in my house. I'm just more concerned with others thinking they are only good enough to kiss a man's ass and be a homemaker. Why does being a homemaker, making your own house into a home feels like you kissing a man's ass? Why does it feel like slave work? Why have people told me that I have lost, like, you lose yourself? You just a slave to the house, a servant? What do you mean? You go to work. That means you a slave to work? You slaving at work, right? To receive money, to pay for things you need to pay for. But I serve and take care of my home and my children and my husband to receive a great family, a great husband to be taken care of. I don't have to go to work to pay for my hair. I don't have to go to work to pay for my Durango. I don't have to go to work to pay for my big, beautiful house. Thank you, God, for all the things that you have blessed me with. Thank you, God, for the things that you have done for me. Thank you, God, for the things that you're going to do for me. And thank you, God, for what you have done to me. Because I strongly believe that since I operate in the role of a woman, since I am trying my best to make my husband's life as easy as possible, since I'm trying my best to educate my children and not put them in a school system where it's teaching us 95% of things that we don't even believe in or use today. I'm doing it myself, but somehow I'm considered a slave, a servant, and a ass kisser. But y'all tell me that I don't uplift women and I put women down. And I would make, if young girls were reading my post, they would think that they were trash. But you are saying this about a woman who takes care, serves her family and her husband, and you guys are making it seem like it's slave work. Like, what are you talking about? If you're going to work and have to do the most work anywhere, wouldn't you rather it be in your home? Wouldn't you? Like, seriously, I don't understand. I don't understand. That really got me. Like, enough to kiss a man ass. And most of the people who are saying this knows Chris. Like, you guys are making this very personal. And if you're gonna make it personal, making it personal. Cause y'all ain't never heard anything bad about my husband or me. Y'all never see us in bad situations. Y'all never see us in drama. You never see us in anything that's related to anything negative. So I don't understand where you guys' perspectives are coming from. I take care of daycare and other expenses, so I got my system and it works for us, and I'm happy with it. I've been told I didn't have to work, but that's not me. This is a lot of women. So that's why I agree with the fact, because most men say this, but there's women who say this too, like me, who say that a lot of women don't know what they want. We don't know what we want. We say we want a man to be a great leader, a provider, protector. But when a man is a great leader, a provider, and protector, and a woman is taking on the home because he's doing all those things, you guys are saying she has to kiss a man's ass to be a homemaker, and she's a slave and a servant. So which one do you want? Which brings me to this clip. Just watch this.
Some predict. Which one would you rather have? Choose one. You have to choose one. Don't choose this either or there. It depends. Choose one. Let's start with Brittany.
Either choose a man that provides everything, or
yes, or the stay-at-home mom that doesn't make no money and she's taken care of. Which one would you rather be?
2,000 years later.
rather be a stay-at-home mom.
Okay, Francesca, what about you, Francesca?
It's a very difficult question because
Kayla, what about you?
If you say we want to be a stay-at-home mom, but either way, if we work or if we stay at home,
wow,
we're still supporting.
respectfully, that's not my question.
Say one thing. If I had my way, my woman would stay at home.
you already know it, Fatty. Let him finish. And you know what? And you know what? Being honest, you know why y'all can't commit to those answers? Because he didn't give you option C. You don't want to do any of it anymore. It's hard for you to decide, but you look at staying at home as slavery and work, and you look at work as suffrage as well too. You only go to work so you don't have to work for a man, and you could pay another woman to take care of your kids. Fatty, I gotta go take care of my son. Checkmate on that one. They don't want to do anything for anybody. I love y'all.
Checkmate. I seen it on my own timeline today, guys. I seen it on my own timeline. It says, let me see. I can't find it. But it basically said, like, I don't want to be I've done both, a stay-at-home mom and a mom at work. And I really, they both, make me feel a certain way because we don't know what we want. And I was one of those people. I said, Chris told me one time, he said, you'll be more valuable in the house, especially since you're homeschooling and stuff. You don't have to do all those things and go to work. And so I said, okay, can I stay home then? He said, sure, go ahead, stay home, homeschool the kids. I stayed home. And then I was like, oh, send me back to work. Send me back to work. This is a lot of work. This is a lot of work. And I need some adult interaction. I need some interaction with something else besides children at this point, until I really start to see how much my husband valued me at home. Like, they don't show you that value at work. They just give you a paycheck. Here, come do your time. Here, thanks for being here. Go home. Here's your money. Like, and how much how much are we making an hour? Let's just say you make 25 an hour. You there for 5 hours. How much is that? You okay with getting paid that to get 5 hours at your time at a job that anything you're doing there, nothing is benefiting you and your household? But for me to give 5 hours of my time to my house and homeschooling my children, I'm looked at as a slave and a servant. I just don't understand. Listen to the women on that video. And they got it like, either way it go, they both hard, and he's right. They didn't have an option C because you don't want to do neither one. The comment said on the post that I was talking about that, I'm starting to wonder if I even wanted kids or not. Because we look at children as a burden. So if we stop looking at children as a burden, then we would value the things that we're actually doing at home a little bit more. That's what I have learned, and my husband helped me see that. I would say that men need to stop saying, I could cook, I could clean, I could do everything that they said a woman could do. Even though it's the truth, a woman is not going to see how valuable those things are if the man is not even appreciating those things that's been done. Those things are very valuable, because if a man has to go to work and work 40 plus hours, just like we know, if we had to go to work and come home and still take on all those things, that can become stressful. Which is another reason my husband says stay at home. He doesn't want me being stressed out from work, having to mentally prepare myself to go to work, making me age all quickly and stuff with like wrinkles on my face and stuff. No, we don't want that. Salima, you look very beautiful, cousin. Thank you. Facts. They think they're more valuable at work than at home. That job can replace your ass within a week. You're irreplaceable in your house home. Facts. Unless here comes everybody else with well, what if he cheats on you? What if he dies? What if he get in a car crash? And you guys say I don't uplift women, but I literally hear this stuff all the time. OMG. OMG. I literally hear this stuff all the time.
Basically, it's your premise that the black woman is out of sync with the natural order of things. Can you explain that?
Well, it's a very sensitive subject, and certainly I believe that I have tried to approach it from a very sensitive angle. What I have actually said is that the black woman's disrespect and rebellion against the leadership and the authority of the black man is a direct cause of the breakdown in the black family structure. It's not an attack on us as black women. It's just saying that in the breakdown of any relationship, both parties have to take responsibility. And as black women, we have been protected and insulated from any kind of examination about what our share of the responsibility is in the breakdown of the black family. My book represents the first platform, certainly, that the black man has ever had to air his grievances about the black woman, because no one would ever listen to him. They have only listened to us.
My mom spoke on that the other day, and she said our black men facing some of the hardest challenges, difficult times. They have so many things on them, and if anyone can make them feel any better, it would be their woman. And we be right there putting them down too. And then y'all turn around and put me down because I'm uplifting black men. That y'all saying that they're not leaders anymore. They not doing this. They not doing that. They not shit because y'all treat them like they not shit. Like, have you ever thought of that? Have you ever thought of that? You want men to listen to you and what it is that you want and your desires and needs, but all we can do is just bring him down. And don't even uplift him. Don't even make him feel like he's a god, because that just means that you think women suck. How? Why shouldn't we not be uplifting the men? And how are we going to ask for leaders, but when men are trying to lead us and it doesn't look how we want it to look, then we have a problem and we walk away. That, something that was said, happy and fun is not in the Bible. Go through the Bible and tell me if you see happy and fun. Am I saying that women or men shouldn't be happy? No, but sometimes we do need to learn to be satisfied with less. We do. I have a big, nice, beautiful house now, right? But 18 years ago, we lived in a small, tiny apartment. Could he provide for all the bills and do everything then? No. Did I walk away? No. Was he everything he said out his mouth was the proper way we should be doing things? No. Did I understand who he was, what his morals and values, and did I admire him as a person? Yes. Did I trust his leadership and guidance, or did I trust the fact of just knowing who he is, that he will lead us great places? Yes, I did. I didn't walk away. I didn't say I don't want to listen to you. I don't understand why we have a problem with listening to men. First of all, it has to be you're not choosing the right man, because if you chose the right man, then you wouldn't have a problem with what he's leading you to do, right? I felt that. Factoids. Well, if a man can find me because I'm not looking for one, I would love to sit at home and not work. I'll be one happy person. I know you will, Auntie. Yep, satisfied. Some people just ungrateful. I agree. And men definitely possess better leadership qualities than women because they're logical. We're emotions. We're gonna choose off whatever we feeling at the moment, and feelings change. So that's why men just happen to make better leaders. And usually a man can lead his family and his household. But if he say, I don't want you dressing like that, you can't tell me how to dress. I dressed like this before I met you. Yeah, because you were trying to get a man. Now that you have a man, why will you still continue to dress like that? Because with you dressing like that, he has to protect you. We want leaders and protectors, right? So if we walking out the house and you dressing like that and a man approach you in a nasty way, now he puts his life on the line to protect you because you wanted to dress with your titties out.
That's not what they want for us. And it's like a man. He don't want his woman doing certain things or dressing certain ways. And every time we go out and dressing really overly sexy, we're putting our man's life in danger. Because if somebody say to us out of order, say something to us out of order or wrong, then his manhood say he got to step up and defend us over nothing, over some foolishness. And if you got a man and you satisfied and happy with him, then why are you going out trying to entice new men? And the more clothes a woman take off, the more desperate she is. That don't mean she bold and brave and want to get with somebody. That means she's desperate. And that's a cry. Please give me some attention. Please look at me. Say something. Do something. That's what that is. And that's the condition of many of us.
Facts. Totally agree. Totally agree. Shauna says, so true. We as women have a hard time deciding a meal. OMG, that is so true. I ask my husband all the time. I'm like, what do you want to eat? He like, whatever you make. Like, just tell me what to make. I don't even want to decide that. Please just tell me. I don't know why it's so much easier. Like, just tell me what you want and I'll cook it. I do not want to have to decide. I said the other day, I can't believe we really got to spend a lot of the rest of our lives deciding what we're going to eat for the day. Yes, take that decision off of me. Definitely agree, Shauna. And so did she just uplift a woman? Like I said, If you're trying to get different results, maybe if you dress that way and you're getting those results and you want new results, then that can be looked at as uplifting, depending on your perspective and how you interpret and look at it. And so there was many of comments, said, and it was said that I don't think women getting degrees and furthering their education or pursuing personal goals outside of being a wife or a homemaker should be looked at negative. But I never said that. I think that sometimes you got to look at the messenger and you have to look at what the messenger stands for. I'm pretty sure you guys know that I stand for traditional roles, traditional relationships, traditional marriages. So if the end goal is not a traditional marriage for you, then what I'm saying is not going to connect with you. However, if you do want a husband and a family, then I do think that traditional roles work better, which is why, do you guys know that Barbie was created in, I think, Barbie created in 1959. Do you guys know that marriages declined for the black families in 1960? Do you know what Barbie pushed, right? If you watch the Barbie movie, you see Barbie push, like, I can be anything I want to be. I can have a job like a man. I can have my own car. I can have my own dream house. I can do it all by myself. I'm Barbie. I'm independent. Barbie wasn't really treating Ken like, I love you, Ken. Ken was a fan of Barbie, basically. Like, that is something else that comes from the feminist movement. The feminist movement has nothing good in store for our black households and families. It has nothing. Feminist movement equals divorce, abortion, less relationships, nothing good at all. And it's breaking down the families, because women think now that I can do whatever it is that I need to do. I can do everything on my own. I don't need a man. I don't need a man. I don't want a man.
Many people accuse you of wanting to see the black woman at a point of submission. Is that where you want to see a black woman in the 1990s?
Well, it depends on how you define submission. Those words have a tendency to have a negative connotation for us because of how they were used against us during slavery and what we connect them to. But actually, the kind of submission that I'm referring to just means cooperation and agreement. I don't think that anybody could say that I represent a woman who is subjugated in any kind of way. I don't think that anybody could say that my personality sounds like some man has me somewhere crawling around on the ground or walking 10 paces behind him. So I'm not representing that. I'm representing strength. I'm saying that we have a lot of power. We have power to make heaven and hell for our men. And I'm saying, let's try making heaven. Let's try to build him up. If a man has his woman behind him, he will believe he can do anything. And all we need to do is to get our men to believe that they can do anything.
Here I am, uplifting men, pro-men, empowering men, and somehow that's equated to putting women down, talking about women. And it's not. We need to be, as women, our opinions, the things we feel, even if we get out of, like, right now, I could go to one of my cousins or one of my, if I have some friends, I could go to one of them and I could be like, and this happens a lot. I see this, like, you guys, I see this coming. You guys ask, like, you say, like, I hear, like, you must have a lot of bad women around you for you to not see women in any good light. Or no, I listen to you guys on social media. I watch you guys type these things out. I look at your comments and responses. I look how you guys view me like she just said, like I am submissive to my husband, but y'all act like I'm crawling on the floor behind him kissing his ass. Like that's what it looks like to you guys. And so I watch you guys say these things, and I forgot what point I was getting to, but it's just getting very outrageous at this point. It's getting very outrageous. And instead of blaming me and saying that I'm pro men and uplifting and making men seem like they're God, it seemed like you guys would stop talking about men and making it seem like all men are trash and that every man that you ran into is a problem. Because law of attraction is real. Law of attraction is real. I know I have a good spirit. I know that I uplift women. I know that I am kind, I'm nice, I'm sweet, I'm beautiful. I know all those things, and I knew all those things a long time ago. I know that I'm strong. I know that I am a nurturer, I'm a healer, and that's why I attracted a great husband. So if you are attracting bad men, then you have to do some reevaluating of yourself, and that's just is what it is. That's not putting you down. That's not putting you down. We have a hard time with taking the truth or separate a fact versus an opinion. A fact and an opinion are two different things.
One of the most difficult things that I deal with out here is trying to teach our people the difference between an actual fact and an opinion. Our people think that they can accept or reject truth based on how they feel about it. Your feelings don't change the truth. The truth is just going to be there. You can feel any kind of way you want to feel about it. Those kind of emotions have kept us from growing. Because anything we don't like, we just reject that and say, well, I don't believe that. That don't mean that it's not the truth. It just makes you a disbeliever.
Facts. It just make you a disbeliever. Like I just said, something make me uncomfortable or trigger me, I'm going for it. What I need to do to fix it. What I need to do to change it. Because if it made me uncomfortable, then I obviously was a hit dog that hollered. So, back to the title. The black woman and the black woman being rebellious is breaking down the household. Yes. We'll hold our children from their fathers, knowing that does so much damage. We will walk away from a situation because we don't feel like the man is. We even have such very high standards now. Like, you don't know how many people I see like, nope, that ain't enough. They got to make more than that. Or they got to. Wow. She said it best, Dr. Shahrazad Ali. She said, we said we want a real man, but everything about us from our eyelashes. Oh God, no. I was about to say, man, do I got my eyelashes today? Wrong day. I don't got no eyelashes today. But everything from our eyelashes to our nails. Do I got no good? I don't got. Because sometimes I wear my eyelashes, sometimes I wear my nails, weave, everything. We say we want a real man, but here we come with all this fake material stuff, even taking it as far as BBLs. Like, OMG. Shauna says, I believe those that have the negative things to say are the ones that have no idea what it takes to be a wife. I adore my husband. I couldn't care less about what anybody without a husband has to say. Facts, Shauna, facts. But guess what, Shauna? Let me say this. I go off the laws of the land. I don't really care about any man-made rules, which means that this is my husband of 18 years, but I don't have a marriage license. So a lot of my following would tell me, well, you're not a wife and you're not qualified to give advice. So when you say something like I adore my husband, I could care less about what anyone without a husband has to say. That's kind of how people treat me. I'm not saying you, but I'm saying that's how people treat me because they say, well, you're not even a wife. You're not even a husband. Just because I don't have a marriage license, something that's man-made, something that you guys are not informed about at all, something that you don't even know that you got a whole nother contract with the state. This isn't just some vows you got with your partner. You got a contract with the state and you don't even know the fine print and where that takes you. But that's a whole nother topic. And so, sometimes, that is a little disturbing too when you hear that. And people say, well, some people say, like, oh, that's common law. Well, common law is not in Illinois. Well, who gives a crap? Common law is over man-made law on any day, no matter what state you in. When did we start believing that the laws that the man made when God created this world wasn't even around trump his laws? When? I don't even reference the Bible or anything, but God said when you become one, we had sex, we became one for 18 years. That's your husband, and I know that all day, any day. Like I said, people will tell me that's not my husband, and we've been together 18 years, and they have collected so many relationships and so many bodies since then, but tell me that I'm not qualified, and I just think that's insane. Maybe it's the Sagittarius in us because when I was married, whoever I'm with, I always felt us as being women, we have duties to do. Some people have told me, oh, I can't see because my phone is cracked and a white line is going. Oh, some people have told some people have told me, I'm not doing all of that for no man, but I feel if this is a man I want to be with, I'm going to do what I have to do to keep him. It don't bother me to do for him. I definitely get what you're saying, Auntie Pam, but my thing is, I don't think you had to do those things to keep him. You naturally wanted to do those things for him. And I don't think that he would have left if you didn't do those things. Because someone's not just men don't just walk away like that easily. The men are the leaders, they're at least gonna try to lead you to where or guide you to what it is they want from you. But I don't think that you did that to keep him. You did that because that was your husband and you wanted to do that. So that's why when they say you gotta kiss your man's ass to be, well, I guess I'm a kiss away if that's how y'all look at it, because yep, I want to be a homemaker. I want to work in my home. I want to serve my husband. I want to serve my kids. I don't want to go work in somebody else's job or workplace and work hard for them and then come home and give my household the last little energy I have left. So if you value your career and that more to where I'm not going to be in the home and lose myself. Who are you? What are you? Because the greatest thing a woman could be is a mother and a wife. And y'all could argue me with that any day and I'll never believe what you were saying. I'm just sorry. Some things it's just you can't change my mind about. And that's just is what it is. The fact that you broke the code speaks volumes, sis. Oh, thank you, Shauna. Yes, you're right. But like I said, I wanted to do it right, Auntie. You right. And I'm gonna just raise my camera a little bit because I'm a mom at all times. This is ain't no off duties. And guess what? I'm still doing what I want to do. I'm live right now. I'm having a conversation. This is what I want to do. And then I'm going to breastfeed my baby in the meantime. And I'm still going to conversate because that's what I want. No, I'm just playing with you guys. Let me know. Anybody want to hop on the panel? This is an open panel. If anybody wants to hop on and share their perspective or just say something, please feel free. I posted hold on, let me know if you guys, I hope I ain't showing nothing. The link is pinned all the way at the top. If anyone wants to hop on and say anything, it's always good. You don't have to sit and type in the comments. You can come on and speak and voice your opinion. And yeah, so we can have a conversation. But in the meantime, I think that when we see women uplifting and empowering men, then we should jump on board and do the same thing. Just because you're empowering and motivating someone don't mean that you're putting the other person down. It does not mean that. And I could, like someone told me today, you could use your platform and you could switch it around, or you could use it just how you want to use it. And I use it just how I want to use it. A lot of times I will word things, I can word things better actually. But a lot of times I word things in a certain way because if I uplifted you guys or told you guys some good things like you shouldn't be vaccinated and things that we shouldn't do, y'all don't pay not one attention. Y'all don't pay attention. If I tell you the foods you should eat, y'all don't pay attention. Y'all don't pay attention until it's something drama. Y'all don't pay attention until you vibrating at a lower frequency and something looks argumentative or debatable. So yes, I word things a certain way so you guys can respond and engage, so I can get you to think outside the box, outside the norm. Because if I said you should eat, make sure you including all the minerals in your food, and you should eat things that are good for your body and going to fuel your body, you guys won't say anything. But if I say you should not be eating meat, meat does this, and if you eat meat, then you're one sick person, you guys are going to respond. So when you guys respond, I set it up that way because I know you're going to respond. And then that's when we can talk about it. And that's when you can open your mind to eat just for 1 second, try to unlearn and relearn. Think about what you're talking about or what you're going by. Is this something that was thrown on you? Is it a generational curse that could be broken? Is it something that is just put in front of us through society and social media? Because those things make a difference. Legacy trying to, why can't I see nobody else post? I'm not sure, Auntie, what you mean. I'm not sure. But I still can see y'all comments. But yes, the woman, and sometimes it's like, well, give example what submission, give example what a man leadership looks like, because a lot of times we say control. Well, I mean, it was control, obedience, whatever trigger word that you guys get triggered by. Like I said, words have meanings, and that's just is what it is as far as the words. Did she eat something? She did? Okay. Well, right now she just doing this for fun. But I'll be finished soon. Okay. You was reading somebody post, but I couldn't see it. It might be far back, Auntie. It's been a couple posts that has been comments on that people don't agree with. But what I was saying was that what does leadership and submission looks like? I can be as what's the word? I don't know the word. Not personal, but yeah, I only can speak from my experience. So what does submission and look like in my household? It goes from small things to like one day, my sweetheart. Now, mind you, I grew up in a Muslim household. I'm dead. I'm lying. I didn't grow up in a Muslim household, but my grandma, my aunties were Muslims. My immediate household was a Muslim household, but I spent a lot of time at my cousin's house, going to the mosque. And so at their house, there was no pork. You couldn't eat pork. So, but when I went back home and pork was being made, I'll eat pork. So then when I turned 18 and I met my husband, did I eat pork? Yes, I did. Did I know pork was bad? Yes, I did. Did I still choose to eat it? Yes, I did. One day, he said on his own, we need to not eat this anymore. You shouldn't even be cooking it. And I said, okay, you're absolutely right. I should not. He said, canned food and stuff isn't good for you either. So you don't really need to cook that either. Okay, you're absolutely right. And then for homeschool, he said this is what we need to go over: the diet and our health and our lifestyle and the things that we're eating and how they have an effect on our body. So not only did he give me direction, but he also said, here, this is why. That is leadership. That is guidance. That is me submitting to, yes, I cook the food, but he said, don't get no canned food. He said, don't get no pork. Okay, you are absolutely right. I had no problem with following those instructions and being obedient. Because you guys are going to say, obedient. Oh, please. Please use a different word. Don't say that. Because you guys get triggered by that word, because maybe you have some trauma bond to the word. But obedient means complying or willing to comply with the orders or requests. He requests and he ordered me not to cook any pork or get any canned food. And I said, okay. So I was obedient. There's nothing to be triggered. I complied with his orders. And they weren't. So the only time you should have a problem with following the leadership or submitting or being obedient to someone giving you instructions is if they're giving you bad instructions, or whatever the instructions they're giving you it's not good for you. He's not putting me in harm's way. He's not instructing me or asking me to do something bad. So if you have a man and he's not asking you to do bad things or putting you in harm's way, then why would you have a problem with following the things that he's saying? We just have to really, think about that. And so 69% of divorces are initiated by women. So when things are not going our way, or when we feel like our man is controlling us, or when we feel like we can be independent, we could do everything on our own, we walk in the way. That was my first response to why there's 69% of women who initiate divorce. However, other people got on the post and shared their perspective and said, well, it could be from abuse. It could be from domestic abuse. And that is very much true as well. But that's the first thing that came to their mind, because that's what they experience in their life. So do I think I was sheltered as a child? I do think I was a little bit sheltered. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's turning out to be a good thing for me, because I can't speak on all these bad things about men. I can't project my feelings and say that I experienced this, and this, because I wasn't around stuff like that. And that's just is what it is. I don't think it's nothing wrong with that. Is there a disadvantage with being sheltered? It could be, but it hasn't been so much of a disadvantage to me yet, because I don't know, I'll say being sheltered, I didn't know rainbow represent gay pride. I didn't know that when I was in high school. So I had me on a rainbow belt and got talked about. Was that a bad thing? Was that a disadvantage because I was sheltered and didn't know that? No, not really. But I mean, hey, I found out what it mean, and I still wore my rainbow belt. Because if I know I'm not gay, then I don't care what y'all say about my rainbow belt. I loved my rainbow belt. So yes, if we want the man to lead, but we're not following his leadership, isn't that going to cause problems? Yes, that's going to cause problems. And it's going to cause the breakdown in the family structure. The moment the children see the mom going against the dad, keeping things from the dad, not running things across the dad, you're not teaching your children the importance of the role of a man and being a leader in the house, because everything should be ran across dad. I don't care if he wasn't even home. Everything should be ran across the man of the family, the leader, the protector, the provider, everything. Because guess what? When something goes wrong, guess who you're going to blame? The leader. You're going to blame the leader. Last Day says facts. Thanks for joining in, Last Day. Pamela Robinson says right. Like I said, guys, I'm fine with up here talking to myself. I was a little nervous at first, I said, because my mom wasn't going to get on with me. And I'm like, I haven't been on here yet this season where I was just on here by myself. I got used to conversing with someone, my mom, and so I said I was going to be a little nervous to get up here by myself, but I actually feel really good. And I just want to let you guys know that all the stuff that you say don't bother me at all. You know, Chris said to me, what is your intentions behind your post? Are you trying to teach? Are you trying to inquire? Are you trying to take data? Are you trying to get engagement for your show? And I said a little bit of everything. He said, just make sure whatever you do, you back it up with facts. Because if you go around just voicing your opinion, then everybody can come with their opinion. But when you give facts and show the results of what or the effect of the things that people are doing, then they can't really argue with you with that. And so I feel nothing you guys say bothers me, hurts me. The whole young girls will read your posts and think that they were trash. I have 3 daughters, 3. And I know for a fact that I'm teaching them to have self-respect, to be a woman, to live in your role and your purpose, and to be the best you could be in whatever it is that you decide to be or do. So whatever else y'all be saying, someone said it the other day, like, sometimes when we take messages, look at the messenger and see, do they have the life you want to live? And so I don't ever want to put anyone down. And like I said, I make sure I stay the person I am. And I'm not going to disrespect anyone. So even though sometimes I feel the way you guys dress is crazy, or I feel the things that you guys post can really be, putting women down, or even the things you guys have said to me, I have yet to get out of character and disrespect anybody, because that's not me. And when you're feminine and when you live in your purpose and your role, you're going to be true no matter what situation or challenge or phase or stage that you're moving through. You're always going to be the same person. And so what I can say is 95% of people, let me say 85% of people who give me advice on my Facebook, I don't want to even live that life y'all living. We're not the same. You guys have to realize when you're talking to me, I don't even send my children to public school. I don't have a marriage license. I do not follow the norm. And I think I really feel blessed. I'm blessed. I feel like I know that I manifested. I know that I manifested and envisioned this life for me. I always wanted to be a mom. I always wanted to be a teacher. Whatever I wanted to do always has something to do with resonate of being what I think a woman is here to be, to take care of the home, to have a family. Does that mean you can't have a career? I'm not saying that. But what I am saying, if you want things can tend to not go the way that you want them to go if you are operate against the laws of the land. If you are operate against the roles of the woman and the man, which is why it says that 50% of marriages, which is why it says that divorce rates rise 50% when a wife earns more than a husband. Why do you think that is? It's because they out of sync. They're not in their roles. the woman is the head of the house now. The woman is the provider. The man is not in his role, and the woman is not in her role, because if she's making the most money and she's the provider, then she's probably spending a lot of time at work and less time in the house. And the man is spending more time in the house and less time at work. The roles have switched, which is going to create problems. So when you ask yourself, why do we gotta do things traditional? It's just what works sometimes. They not like us. First thing that come to my mind. They not like us. They not. But I do wish that more women can live, this life where they can, if you have children, that you don't have to sacrifice your time at work and at trying to balance the house too, because I did that. Let me tell you guys, I was a stay-at-home mom who didn't have to go to work, and I think I had 3 kids at the time. I have 5 kids now. I also went to work. I went to work because it was easier. You guys cannot tell me on any day. I don't care. I did both of them. You cannot tell me. I know. I'm almost 90% sure that if you have a household and you can stay home and you chose to go to work, it's because it was easier for you to go to work than take on everything at home and handle the children and not get out the house. That was easier to do. I know this because I did it. I chose to go back to work at one point because it was easier. So a lot of times we are given the option to stay at home, and we chose to go to work because we want our own, or because we're taking a little shortcut. We're going to work because you hear women say, I can't do it. I can't. I tried. I can't. Because we just been conditioned to make it feel like that children are a burden. The household chores and things that need to be taken care of in the house is a burden. And this is our sanctuary. This is your foundation. This is when you finish at work, whether it's you, whether it's your husband, this is where you come home to. This is your sanctuary. It's supposed to be peaceful. It's supposed to be clean. It's supposed to be, your safe spot. Hey cousin, hope all is well. And so I do think that if we valued our home and our family and children a little bit more, we wouldn't look at it as like a burden, or like we're slaves or servants. What are you guys feeling? Talk to me, because we're coming up on 1 hour and 20 some minutes. And like I said, come on here, talk to me. Push the link, guys. Come have a conversation. Got any pushback? Let me know, because I will explain it the best way I can. Got any perspectives to add? Got any advice to add? Because guess what? I said I need to change my timeline up, because my timeline don't have a lot of traditional women on it. It has a lot of modern day women on it. And which I was fine with leaving it like that, which is why I post the way I post, because I'm catering to the modern day woman, trying to, show, because a lot of modern day women are single. Um, do you guys agree with that or no? Because let me say this, I am a little, just a little naive, just a little bit, because I don't hang around a lot of women. So I'm really only going off of my social media timeline, family. So you guys talk to me. Let me know. What do you guys thinking the problems are? What do you think, what do you think is going on? Why aren't women wanting to follow the leadership of a man? And do you think that if they don't want to follow the leadership of that man, do you think it's because that man is not really the man that they desire to be with? So back to my post of what I said. Men are having sex. That's what men do. Men are working. That's what men are supposed to do. Men are having babies. So women are still having sex with men because men are having babies. Women are having babies. Some are actually better parents than a mom. Studies show that if a child is not in a two-parent household, then he's better raised in at least the father's household. The child in a two-parent household is going to do better than a child in a one-parent household, but the child in the one-parent household is going to do better if he's at least in that one-parent household with his father. Why do you think that is? Because after a certain age, we as women, we are here to nurture, heal. Even in schooling, when you have elementary school, preschool, kindergarten, that's when you see women teachers. You don't really see no male kindergarten teachers or no male elementary teachers. When do you start seeing male teachers? Towards junior high, towards high school. College professors are usually male. That's because at that point, that's where you need structure, discipline, guidance, teaching, logic. But at that younger age, you need nurturing, healing. You need the woman's presence. Women can easily teach ABCs. That's not really no, guidance or discipline. But when they start getting that age, then they need the male figure. They're better off with their dad if they're going to be in a one-parent household after a while, especially if they are a boy. Especially. Satan is working, cuz I definitely agree. And like I said, women are not nurturing the children. We not nurturing the children. We don't even got bedtime routines anymore. Including, I hold myself accountable. I'm not just gonna speak like I do everything right. There's times I say I have to do better. Like I have to make sure I'm not just at bedtime giving Messiah, letting him watch the iPad until he's falling asleep. Because that's not good. There was times you put your kid down for a certain time at bedtime, you had a routine, whether it's soothing them, reading them a story, but we don't really nurture them like that anymore. We don't do that. Are we feeding our families properly? No, we're not. Has society and things or just certain things make it hard to? Yes. But is it something sometimes we got to sacrifice and work harder, and when we know better, do better? Yes. Because we need to feed our family to live. We have to feed our family to live. If we just cooking up a bunch of unhealthy food, that's not good. That's how you're going to have illness in the house now. That's how you're going to create diseases, problems. So we have to feed our family to live and not just to eat. And honestly, we're not feeding the family properly. Half of us not even choosing our own fruits and vegetables anymore. We doing pickup orders. I watched them shop. I was a shop. I did where went and shopped for groceries for people home. Now I took the time to pick the fruit and vegetables that I would pick that wasn't molded but you better believe I saw other people just throwing stuff in the bag. So we ain't even picking out our own fruits and vegetables anymore. We ain't even getting fruits and vegetables. And if we do, we getting them in a can. That's not good for us. And so that's just been having a lack of knowledge of how we supposed to eat. But once you have a family and children and you the chef of the house, you got to learn that. And as the mother and the nurturer and the healer, that's something that the mother should be taking on. In my case, look at my husband told me like, nah, this ain't good. Look into this. You'll see why. Nah, this ain't good. Look into this. See this. And then it was me who had to turn it around. He led and guided me, but I acted, nurtured, and applied what he guided me with to feed the family to live. we are not educating them. We are sending our children to public school. I know in some cases we have to, but in a lot of cases we don't, especially here in Illinois where homeschool laws are not that strict. And if you work 8 to 4, you can homeschool your kids when you come home from 5 to 8. You can do that. But instead, we sending them into a school system where they're teaching them just how to be workers and follow directions. We're not creating entrepreneurs and, because mind you, I'm a stay-at-home mom and my family is top priority, but I still got things that skills, hobbies, talents, things that I know how to do. To the fact of where I'm gonna teach my daughters that, if you do want to work, or my kids, not just daughters, but try to create something for your own. Like me, hair. I do hair on the side. And I make good money from hair. If I want to do hair, how much I want to do hair. I don't want no big clientele. I don't have a big clientele, and I turn a lot of new people away because this house is my top priority. Hair is for fun. I do that on my spare time. Or maybe I can use a couple extra dollars and I might do it. But I'm saying I could be doing hair every day. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it because then my house is not, and my family is not going to be top priority. Does that mean I'm losing myself? No. That means I get to do what I want when I chose to. I'm not on anybody's schedule but my own schedule. So that's just what that means. And women are evolving by getting degrees and try to make more money than men. Do you see that? You can't just leave out the rest of the sentence. Women are evolving by getting degrees and trying to out earn the man. A lot of times I have heard women say, even if their husband gave them the opportunity to stay home, they won't, because they want to make their own and they don't want to be controlled. So sometimes women are just getting degrees and wanting to work because they love what they do. They just don't want to sit at home and follow what the man is telling them to do. So we both have work to do, but there are a lot of men in place ready to lead. We just have to look at where the path is going, and it might not be where you want it to go, but it might be where you need it to go. A lot of times our want is not aligning and getting us the best results. So, I guess that's all I have to say. That was a great conversation. I appreciate you guys for tuning in and leaving your comments. If you have to take away anything from this, if you scroll past your timeline, you see a post putting a man down, I just put a post to empower a man. If you see a post putting a woman down, put a post to empower a woman. Don't leave all the work on one person, but don't try to tell people what they're not doing when you're not in the best position you even want to be in. You're not. And you guys show that every day through your actions, through your words, through your comments, through your responses. So I ask, if you're taking away anything, empower anybody you can. And if it happened to be a man, it happened to be a man. But just because someone's pro-man and want to uplift men don't mean that they're putting a woman down. And my page is going to stay to look the way that it's going to look, the way it look. I'm going to keep posting the things I want to post, and I'm not catering to anyone's feelings, because as long as I'm not disrespecting you, as long as my intentions are not to hurt you, and as long as it's my opinion and my page, then can I say what I want to say? You're amazing. Glad I found you by accident. Wow, you found me by accident. I was wondering if I, just how did you find my page? Were you someone from Facebook? I was truly wondering. I am so glad that you found me by accident as well, and I hope you stick around for more. And I do have previous episodes that we have done. And so yes, amen, gorgeous. That's exactly what I was saying on your post, and that is exactly what inspired me to just say that last day. What you said was very, very true. I'm not going to change it up for anyone, especially if my intentions, I know my intentions are pure, and I know that the people who know me in real life, because like I said, words, I can say on my post, I can say, women, you should not be wearing this and dressing half naked. And it could come out in your head like I'm saying it like this. Y'all should not be dressing like that half naked. Or you could take it like this. Women, we shouldn't be dressing like that half naked. Which is really how I would say it, because I'm not a loud person. I'm not a disrespectful person. I'm not an aggressive person. So if you know me in real life, then you will take my words and you wouldn't let them trigger you the way that they do. But yes, thank you guys for tuning in. And unless anyone has anything else to say, I'll wait a couple minutes, a few seconds, because Legacy is back as well. Legacy. But yes, I enjoyed you guys. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for tuning in. And please go follow my Fire Talk page, because I would love to stream to my Fire Talk page as well on Facebook, but you need 100 followers on there. So that would be nice if you could do too. You just go on Facebook and type in Fire Talk and it should pop up. But other than that, if no one wants to come on and say anything and no other comments, then I will see you guys next time.
Girl, you done made me sit up now.
Speechless? Why you speechless?
I just said because it's like I'm like with a celebrity couple right now. Like,
oh my God.